Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach 2019. It's going to be the round 3 review, and we're on the main stats screen here. As you see, the round 3 score, 1,061. Not the best, top 15%, but what you can probably tell is a lot of the top players did not do too well in this round, because our total score was still top 1%. And the season rank, I actually thought we were going to drop well down, but we only dropped 171 places, which, I mean, it's not the best, but we're still in the top 1,000. Got to be happy with that. And yeah, like I'm okay with the score for what happened this week, and then we'll get into it. We'll have a look at our team. We'll talk about some stuff that potentially it's gonna be tough. I'm not too sure what to do, so let's go through it here. Cameron Smith, he sort of bounced back. I mean, he got 62, which, you know, it's okay. He did drop value. I'm not sure how much, but a little bit. Reed Marnie, I didn't actually play as my 4th reserve. You can probably see my 4th reserve down there, who did not go great, but I just sort of thought he wouldn't do the best. Marnie, and he got 38, so I felt pretty good about the decision, but it didn't quite pan out. But you know, I wasn't expecting big things from Marnie, but he's I mean, he's increased pretty well. I'm probably gonna keep Marnie for a couple more weeks just to see if he can jag a couple more big increases, but I'm very tempted to get rid of him. Trade him out to get some cash, because I sort of feel like he's potentially going to start bleeding money in a few weeks, because his base stats aren't quite there. Then we move on to the front row. Sam Burgess. So this is funny because I put Burgess as captain. In one of my leagues, I was versing a dude that basically had the exact same team as me. I think he had Hodgson, I had Smith, but then he also had Garner, and I had someone else, I can't remember, but the teams were like identical, and it was coming down to the last round where I had a decent lead on him, but he had Burgess as captain. I had Jai Arrow at the time, and I thought, you know what? I thought there's a potential there that Arrow scores terribly, Burgess does amazing, and he could beat me. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to captain Burgess. He's got the same team as me. I don't know if he copied me or what, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to captain Burgess, just seal the deal. And I mean, it worked out okay because Arrow had a bit of a shocker. He didn't get any game time again, which just infuriates me. So it was okay. He didn't score great, but you know, not as bad as Arrow. Martin DePower, 71. And this I was talking about, like, the first round, people were talking about getting rid of DePower like he's... I still feel like he's easily one of the best front row options. Like, you just have to have him. Like, DePower's a monster. So, happy with that. Our reserves here, Junior Totola, 45. Like, he was very, very strong Totola, so I'm happy with that. This week, it's a little bit strange because obviously the other Burgess twin is back, but I feel like Totola is probably going to get the same amount of minutes because, like, he's very, very good. Totola, I rate him very highly, so I personally don't think the Burgess twin coming back is going to really tap into Totola's minutes, but I don't know, we'll see. He is a guy that potentially could get traded out if he does lack the minutes. McCarley here, he was a guy that I did trade in last week. I got rid of, who was it? Josh Kerr from the Dragons. I mean, Kerr wasn't getting any game time, and then McCarley actually looks like a very good young forward. Only scored 18, but hopefully he can get some more minutes and make some cash. So that was the main reason for that. He just looks like a player with very, very good potential. And then the back row, we have Jake Trebojevic getting 60. It's okay. Jake Trebojevic, he's just not quite doing it this year. I don't know. It's a bit of a worry. Cameron Murray, 60. I thought Murray was again in for like a huge one. He made a line break in like his first touch, just absolutely blitzed them. But yeah, again, like he doesn't get huge minutes, Murray, which is annoying. And I thought he was going to start doing 80 because there was an article of him saying he wants to be an 80-minute forward. But yeah, I don't know. Wayne Bennett just sort of maybe easing him in. Hopefully he does start increasing his minutes. It's annoying because the Rabbitohs have Ethan Lowe, who is cutting into Murray's minutes, I feel. And then Jai Arrow got 45. Again, didn't get the minutes. So we move on here. Sean Lane, 42. Had a bit of a stinker, honestly. But, I mean, he got 42. It's not the worst. I think he stayed about... he went up a little bit. So, Sean Lane, he's a guy... Honestly, he's a guy that I'm a little bit concerned about now. Because if he doesn't have the attacking stats, he's not going to score well. And he was always a guy that I feel like I was going to stick with for a while. And then probably eventually trade him up. And I'll show you guys one quickly here. And it's going to be... if we go here... It's going to be Angus Crichton. So you see, I actually have the cash for Angus Crichton right now because his price has just plummeted 70k. That's because he's been starting on the bench for the Roosters. It's just ridiculous that they're starting Mitchell Orbison over Crichton. I'm not gonna trade it obviously this week. I want to see. Also, we saw their kick out at 570. He is a very potential pickup. I think he might be back this week, Kickout, but the good thing is about Kickout is you can wait a couple of weeks to see how he goes and then trade him in because the prices don't change for 3 games. So that's the beauty of that. So Sean Lane, he's on the chopping block. He's not getting chopped yet, but he's up there. I want him to increase his work rate. And then Britton Okora just... Once again, absolutely very good. He got the try, thankfully. His stats weren't amazing, but he got the try. Flegler, 22. He's increased 32k. Hopefully, he can just jag a couple more decent scores, get up the price range, and make some cash. Then we move on to the halves. This is where... once again, dude, it's like my guns this year... have sort of let me down, but the rest of the picks have been excellent. Nathan Cleary, 34, bit of a shocker. Just not doing the business. I mean, I feel like most halves have been very, very inconsistent. And you'll see here, Kieran. I put him as the 4th reserve because I actually thought the Warriors were gonna... I thought it'd be a high-scoring game. I didn't think the Seagulls were just gonna absolutely destroy them. But I thought it would be a high-scoring game either way, and I thought Kieran would at least get like a fair few shots at goal, but wasn't the case. He got 26, and now he's actually dropped for this week, which is a bit annoying, but, I guess we'll see because it's Tavita Harris who's coming in. He's more of a ball runner, and potentially, like, if he does well and Kieran doesn't get a look in, probably the number one trade is going to be Kieran down to Harris. I mean, you're going to get like 60, 70k from that trade. And then if Harris can make cash, like it would have been good if Kieran could have got a couple more games to get some price rises. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens at the Warriors. And then our 5'8", Kalen Ponga, 24. Again, he had a bit of a shocker. But this week, he is back at fullback, which is good. Dylan Brown, 36, again, pretty solid. Hopefully he can just keep making cash, dude. But Ponga, honestly, if you didn't have Ponga at the start, he's gone down 61k. It's probably not a bad time to actually bring Ponga in. I feel like this is going to be like, he could drop a little bit lower, but I feel like this is almost as low as he potentially could be. Because back at fullback, he's going to be a lot better Supercoach-wise. So, yeah, if you don't have Ponga, this week I would recommend if you can swing it to get Ponga into the team. Or potentially you could, wait a week. He could, unless he has an absolute blinder, he's probably going to go down a little bit more or just stay about even. So, yeah, there's that. And then the back line, I'm not going to go to the fullbacks yet because that is where we made our money, dude. I forgot about this one, actually. So, we'll talk about Braden Burns. Oh, dude, I traded out Kurt Capewell, like, last minute. I was tossing and turning. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, Kurt Capewell, he's solid for a 40-50, but is that what I want? And in hindsight, I probably should have just stuck with him. Looking back on it, it was a bit of a silly trade because, like, my team's solid, and then getting, like, a guy in the back line that gets 40-50, potentially gets more with a try or an attacking stat, that's gold. But Braden Burns, I mean, the temptation was there because he was going to make a bunch of cash. And I mean, I feel like if he didn't get injured, I feel like he would have scored pretty well against the Titans, and it would have been a decent decision, but he got injured. Oh man. And this is the tricky part is, like, obviously I don't want any player to be out for a long time, but it makes it tricky because I'm not exactly sure how long he's out for, but he was cleared of a broken ankle, which means it's not going to be that bad. But now it's like, if he's going to only be out for a couple of weeks, like, do you get rid of him? If he was going to be out for like 10 weeks, then you would just get rid of him, no questions asked. And I'm I'm honestly thinking I'm just going to trade Burns out for Kurt Capewell. I mean, Burns he made 45k. Capewell only made like 20k. So, I mean, if you look at it like it's a 30k trade, I did make a little bit of money, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait. I'll have to see how long he's out for. But yeah, it's an interesting. It's one to look at. I'm probably gonna trade him out though. John Bateman, 96. The dude, absolute. He was a must-have at the start. Like, I feel like if you didn't get Bateman at the start, you're on a different planet. Jack Bird, 56 again. Very solid. He's gone up like 30k, 40k in fact. And then Chance Nickel Clockstad, 90, and he's skyrocketed as well. So Clockstad, he's looking pretty good. I mean, he's always been a good ball runner, and I guess it was a matter of time before he sort of broke out and got a decent score. And then our reserves, Ruben Carrick, 60, Ravelara, 66, and obviously Simonson here, a big 0, which is unfortunate. But yeah, these two guys, if they can keep, jagging a try, dude, like, they can make some good cash, and we can trade them in or trade them up. And then our fullbacks, have a look at this. So Tedesco, I actually had him as vice captain. Oh no, I didn't even realize I had him as vice captain. I could have done the loophole, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I probably could have. I think, oh no, I wasn't like here for like the game, so I couldn't actually do it. That's why. 133, like, you would actually do the loophole and have a non-player. But Clint Gutherson, 96. Honestly, I mean, Britton Okori is probably going to be the buy of the season for everyone because, I mean, he was a cheapie. He's just scoring, just consistently. But Clint Gutherson has to be my buy of the season, dude. What is he owned by now? Does it say here? Selections. What is that? 17,000? What's the percentage, dude? I don't think it's that high, but yeah, he was just a great pickup. I picked him up, and this is the other great thing. So Tom Trbojevic came out and scored 140, 150, which is ridiculous. He just made the Warriors look like little kids, and you're gonna have to get Tom Trbojevic in somehow. And the thing is that I don't really want to get rid of Gutherson. So sort of the long term sort of workaround that I'm thinking of doing. And the great thing is Clint Gutherson, he's centre wing and fullback. And then I've also got, if I look here, I don't know, it's not, what's happening? There we go. If I can swap him with, I mean, Simonson I can swap, but also Nickel Klokstad. So, I mean, sort of the plan, if everything goes well, Nickel Klokstad gets a couple of more big scores, gets his price up. It's a bit annoying that Tom Trbojevic scored such a monster in the first round because his price is going to go up. But, I mean, overall, I'm hoping that I can eventually switch these two and then trade Nickel Klokstad out for Tom Trbojevic and keep Gutherson as our centre wing because, I mean, Gutherson, you know, he's a better Supercoach player than Nickel Klokstad. And then if I can trade out Klokstad for Tom Trbojevic, I mean, that's ideal. So that's the long term. Whether or not that pans out, I have no idea. But that's the team as it is. So the only real, looking now, the only real area is Braden Burns. All the other guys, I mean, it's all pretty set. Like Marnie, I'll give him, like, see what he does the next couple of weeks. If he can still make a little bit of cash, it's good. And then, I mean, Sean Lane is another one. Give him a couple more weeks, see what happens. And then, I guess Kieran, we'll see how the new Warriors half goes. But the rest of them, you know, I can't really do too much else. I guess I've sort of missed the boat with, who is it? Miko from the Eels. I think he played his third game, did he? Where is he now? Yeah, he's already gone up. He's gone up to 236k. So, you know, I can get him in. I mean, this is one to think about as well. Like, Sivo, I don't know what's calling him Miko. Sivo, he's going to make more money, but I am sacrificing a fair bit of my available cash to bring him in, and there's always a potential that Sivo gets dropped for, like, George Jennings. But I mean, he is a, like, you know, he is a very tempting option just because, like, he's such a, like, he's a Radradra. Like, he's not as good as Radradra obviously at the moment, but he's a massive boy on the wing, so he's going to take those carries. He's going to get tackle breaks. And if you get to try, like, there you go, you get to 99. So, yeah, he's a potential guy to bring in. I just don't know. That could happen. Because Simonson is not going to get a game, and he's just sort of sitting there not doing anything. So I could just make some money with Sivo. So yeah, there's some things to think about. I'll have to work it all out tomorrow. Before Thursday's game. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the Supercoach action, and yeah, we're going pretty well. Honestly, happy with how things are panning out. I wasn't affected too badly with injuries. I am annoyed I traded in Burns and he gets injured, but you know, that's how it goes. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.